Welcome to the SSE SWALEC in Cardiff for the third day of this Ashes test between England and Australia. Very much England's session after tea yesterday with bowlers on top, and Australia still 166 runs short with just 5 wickets remaining. As always, we're going to go behind the scenes and tell the story of Glamorgan's Ashes video diary. So Gareth, lovely to have you at the SSE SWALEC this morning, and a privilege to have you ringing the bell. How was that?
Oh, thank you. It was a great experience. I mean, just to do that. I know there's a great tradition of that at other cricket grounds, but it's wonderful to be able to do it here in my home city, so to speak, you know, and just a great experience to do that.
Obviously today we've got 7 hours of play, but I still think the ground was almost full, even when you were ringing the bell just before the start. What was it like out there in the sunshine to see a full stadium here ready for a big event?
You know, as a Welshman, I'm extremely proud of all sort of sports and all achievements, and to see Wales beat Belgium the other day was fantastic. To see an Ashes cricket match here in Cardiff is quite unbelievable. Who would have ever thought of that? I go back as a young child. I remember watching cricket matches on touring sides like Australia, West Indies, India and all that, down in St Helens in Swansea, where I'm from, that part of the world. Even here in Cardiff, come and watch them play. So to actually see an Ashes series here in Cardiff, you could have only dreamt about it many years ago.
Alex Bywater from Media Wales. Last week we saw you facing Michael Hogan in the nets. You must have a new appreciation for what the batsmen are going through out there.
Absolutely, I think there's been some decent bowling so far. Australia, I don't think they just got it quite right, which enabled Joe Root to make a brilliant century. Stokes and Moeen Ali as well batted beautifully to put England in a decent position after their poor first morning. And I think England have done well to just chip away at the Australian lineup. I don't think it's a pitch where you can run through opposition. Anderson and Broad, and I thought Wood was good as well. So it's all set up for an intriguing third day.
Belinda, I know play's about to start, so thanks for joining us. Obviously working for ESPN and kind of the Australian media view. Like us, you like to run around with a camera and speak to people. What's the mood been like around the ground for you?
Oh, it's been fantastic, and I've actually been, it's great to see that I've found a lot of Glamorgan supporters and Welsh fans who are embracing it as well. Lots of Australians around, and it's actually a really nice atmosphere. I've just been listening to the band as we're walking up. It's really exciting. I think the whole mood around England cricket is so good at the moment. After the fiasco of probably a bit over 12 months there, the way things have turned around so quickly from especially after that Lord's test, I guess, has just been amazing. And I think there's definitely a much more positive feeling around the supporters, and perhaps not feeling that Australia is as indestructible as certainly they were 18 months ago home.
Peter, great to catch up. You're obviously working at the moment for Cricket Info and for All Out Cricket. I know you've just come back from the Caribbean where you were covering the T20 over there. I guess my first question for you would be, is the Ashes still as special as it always was, given the razzmatazz of T20 cricket these days?
I'll always love Test cricket more than I love anything else. I love T20, I think it's great, but Test cricket is, it's where it's at. Whether or not the Ashes is still as great, you just need to look around at here. It's just buzzing. The stadium's sold out. Every brand that wants to be associated, can be associated with the game, wants to be. The Ashes is still such a big draw. I think for those of us that immerse ourselves in cricket, like the weirdos that we are, maybe it's not as exciting as it once was. This is kind of the 11th match in 2 years, but you just have to look around at the way the general public view it. The atmosphere, the way it's sold out, the reception the Australian players get from the crowd, all the ribbing that they get. It's amazing. It's a privilege to be it.
Andy, great to have you and Dr. Comfort and the Revelations here today. Can you tell me the short answer to the band's name?
Yes, Dr. Alex Comfort is a famous sex therapist from the 1970s.
That's great stuff. So you're here, you're playing lunchtime and at tea time. Special guest joining you on stage later, of course. What sort of music are you going to play for us?
It'll be acoustic rock covers, a mix of modern and classic, shall we say.
And if that tea time crowd proves a little bit leirier than the lunchtime crowd, have you got something to raise the tempo a little bit?
Yes, we come fully loaded.
I've heard a little sound test. You're quite loud. Can you introduce the rest of the band just quickly for me?
We've got Matt across there on the drums, Ed Burke on lead guitar, the far side, Jim Hemmings on vocals, and Dr. John Milton on bass.
Great stuff, Andy. I think we've just had the lunch break. I've heard a cheer from the crowd, so that's your cue to go. So away you go, sir.
I shall. Thank you.
Good afternoon, SWALEC. Here Dr. Comfort.
Volume.
Okay, Morgan, Dean, great to see you here at the SSE SWALEC. Lunchtime on day 3 now. I've pulled you out for the Sixers shirt, but the Sixers boys didn't have too good a morning, did they, out there?
Unfortunately not, no. Unfortunately not, no. Could have been a lot better for them, but at least England are in front. That's the main thing.
Yeah, Dean, very much England's session with the ball there, but 1 wicket down just before lunch. How do you expect the afternoon to play out?
Start was looking good, so I'm hoping he will not be as good now next time. So it was a bit of a dodgy little area right at the last little bit. He was getting some good movement with the ball, so I'm hoping that will die off after lunch. So.
Gentlemen, certainly one of the best fancy dress costumes I've seen today at the SSE SWALEC. You're trying to win the Sky Sports prize for best fancy dress of the day, so talk us through your costume.
Moeen with a triple E, need I say no more.
So how did you end up with a triple E? Has someone come in late or did you just misspell?
No, massive misspelling.
This morning. So something of an ironic fancy dress. Where are you boys sat today?
Where we sat at front row, just down by.
Yeah, we're in block 2, front row.
Seat A.
Gate 4.
Some would say VIP, but I'm not sure.
Must be pretty hot down there in the front row. Are there any regrets on the costume? Could you have gone for something maybe a little bit more summery?
Please talk to him. He's been
The beards are fairly warm and a few short and curlies get in your beards, which isn't ideal. We're working through those issues.
Okay, the bread and butter cricket umpires. I'm afraid, gentlemen, we've had some complaints that you've been going around and impostering news reporters, and I'm afraid only we're allowed to do that this week.
That's
So
right.
what do you have to say to that?
I just say get a grip. Hello media, John Craven, Sue Barker and us two. So when you're talking about serious journalism, this fella here knows anything about there is to know about local cricket at local grassroots level. How are you doing?
So you've been doing a lot of reporting today, meeting a lot of supporters. How have they been?
We haven't been reporting as much as speculating really on the final outcome. Are you all right? You're talking on your own carrots there?
I'm just emotional there. No, just emotional.
No,
do you know something?
My good friend Doug here made a prediction this morning. What was that prediction, Doug?
There was a local Sky News, it's probably going to be broadcast to over 50 people, and I said that England will actually bowl them out well before lunch, and hopefully Cook will get 200. So if that prediction is right, I think I'm going to be like that big, what do you call it, octopus back in the World Cup.
We're hoping for a contract, you know.
We're hoping for a contract for the rest of the series. But
so you might get taken back on for the second test?
Yeah, we're available.
Okay, Ryan, thanks for popping down. I hope we're looking after you up in the Sitting Lounge today. Obviously, former Glamorgan man, and you bowled some special balls on this pitch yourself. What was the bowling like this morning?
Yeah, I've been most impressed with it, to be honest. I think it fell for, England bowled well first thing this morning. Possibly could have done with hanging on a little bit and not getting them all out just for lunch, having a tricky half hour to face just for the lunch break and losing Cook. But overall, I think they'll be pleased with how it's gone so far, and looking forward to a good afternoon.
Obviously here down in the fan zone it's absolutely boiling. I made you take your sunglasses off just for the interview, but must be great for you, obviously, Glamorgan through and through, to see the ground full for 4 days of Test cricket.
Oh, fantastic. I gotta be honest, this is such a great occasion. I mean, having all these facilities here and the weather as well, I mean, so much. It's great. I mean, a long time ago when I first started playing, we had a small pavilion on the other side. To see how it's developed and how it's come on now is amazing, and just a real plus for Welsh cricket, really.